Mississippi. I grew up in Mississippi, lived there for 30 years, mostly on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Some in the northeast part of the state in Starkville and Columbus, Mississippi, part of the Golden Triangle. Uh, probably involves drugs too, but I don't think so. I don't know. I think it means something else. But so every once in a while I like to check in on Mississippi and see how the old home state's doing. And well, uh, same as it ever was, as the talking head said, same as it ever was. Uh, so some new laws went into effect in Mississippi on July 1st. Anti-trans bathroom ban becomes law. So this is from the Mississippi Free Press. They are an independent news source down south, which is kind of a rarity. If you do live in the South, or you live anywhere, if you can get online and support these independent journalists, particularly in the South too, because we need more coverage down there. We need more real ones down there. So the transgender and non-binary people are now required by law to use public bathrooms that correspond with their assigned sex at birth under the SAFER Act. There are only two sexes, and every individual is either male or female. Senate Bill 2753 says, sex, quote, is objective and fixed. The new law, which Governor Tate Reeves, or Tater Tot, as he's affectionately known by people who can't stand him, signed on May 13th, says people must use single-sex restrooms, locker rooms, changing facilities, or college dormitories that align with their gender assigned at birth, regardless of their gender identities. All public buildings in Mississippi must have sex-segregated bathrooms or a unisex restroom under the bill. This probably, to a lot of our constituents and to a lot of people in this chamber, is probably the most important bill that we ever brought up. Really, Mississippi? Senate President pro tempore Senator Dean Kirby out of Pearl said on the Senate floor May 2nd. Under the law, Mississippians could sue others who use a restroom or facility that did not represent their assigned sex at birth. The person filling the lawsuit would not be able to receive any compensation under the bill, however. The SAFER Act is the latest in a volley of anti-trans legislation the governor has signed into law in recent years. Spoiler alert, conservative. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but he is. Yeah, it's conservative. Including a 2021 ban on transgender students participating in school sports teams that match their gender identity, and a 2023 ban on puberty blockers and other treatment for trans minors. So that's Mississippi, One step forward, two steps back. They pass medical marijuana down there, and they end up creating these draconian laws when they still don't have clean water in their capital city. All right, the guy who said what was he said? This was the most where's that dipshit? What did he say? Oh yeah, this is probably the most important bill that we brought up, right? So wondering about who bathroom shit is more important than getting clean water to the people in the town where you're making these laws, motherfucker. All right, commentary over. Sorry. It just pisses me off. It's like, yeah. But you know what's fucked up, Rick? Mississippi has the least number of homeless people in the country. But, they have the least number. Well, they don't have the least number of people. I think like Montana has less than them, but yeah. And they didn't get slavery off the books until 1991 officially. Motherfuckers. The U.S. right wing are only able to achieve orgasm two different ways: privatization and making LGBTQ people's lives miserable. Right? These people are a small minority, trans people, right? And they're just trying to live their lives just like everybody else. You know, sometimes you hear some of these mouthpieces that may not represent all trans people saying some shit and starting some trouble with people, and then people see that person as the total front for trans people. And it's like they're not a monolith. Nobody, no group of people's a monolith. Black people, Asian people, white people, nobody, we're not all the same. All right, so stop doing that shit. But maybe one day Mississippi will get their shit together.